Okay, so thank you so much for being here to talk to me today about yourself a little bit. Can I have your name? Where are you from?
Yep, my name is Kaipo and I am from Waimanalo, Hawaii.
Cool. Have you always lived here?
Yeah, well, I spent in my college years, I lived in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and then LA.
Cool. Well, welcome back. What kinds of things do you like to do? What are your interests or hobbies?
I love the beach, family and friends. I play rugby. I just started coaching some kids for like speed and quickness stuff, so I'm digging that. So
Cool. What kids?
I got like nieces and nephews, and then a couple of friends' kids and stuff like that.
Nice. Where do you do that?
Well, whatever park we're around. Yeah.
Is that like a scheduled thing or just
Nah,
whenever
just whenever
you
I can, because my schedule is crazy, so I just call everybody up.
Well, it's cool that you're spreading the love of the sport.
Yeah.
Awesome. So, where do you work?
I work with McCade, Hamilton, and Rennie down at the docks right now. Probably usually around Sand Island at Matson.
Okay. What do you do there? What's your job?
I just got recently, maybe a year and a half now, promoted to a sub-winchman, so I'm pretty much signaling for all the crane operators up there. It's like considered more like a talent job, just signaling, not so much laboring anymore. But yeah, that's pretty much just my typical day. But depending on what pier you're working at, you all have different things. So.
Okay. So what kinds of things come in and out on the piers?
Yeah. So anything, and like Hawaii imports, I think the last stat was like 82% of everything that we have here.
Wow.
It all comes through the harbor, so it gets touched by a stevedore or longshoreman. It has to when it comes off the ship. I think the only exceptions is like Pearl Harbor or something like that for military stuff, but we do like a bunch of military stuff too. So we do like all their Humvees, all their transportation, all their generators, everything that comes through us. We did helicopters last week.
Cool.
Yeah, and I work out of every single pier here, except the fishing, fishing boats and stuff like that. We don't need to touch those, but I work out at Barbers Point, work in downtown, Sand Island. So everything that comes in cans or flat racks or any kind of big heavy machinery. So, yep.
Cool. So what is that whole process from start to finish? From people like loading it on,
Yeah.
where the product comes from, and
So everything that we get, it has to touch the United States first. So everything either comes from California, pretty much all the ports on that side, or then on the East Coast, and they sell around. Get here, so they'll load everything up there, and once it comes here, we either have to, depending on how it's lashed down, how everything is on the ship. If it's just cans, then we just take off all the rods. If it's lashed down to, like, say, barges, we get a bunch of barges that come in, and those are pretty nice. They're just flat barges, and they get towed in by the what do you call them? The tugboats, and they travel all the way from Seattle, Alaska, all these different places. Then it comes here, we go ahead and unload them, and then Costco comes pick some up. Concrete, Hawaii, like all these other different, all the rebar and everything like that. Everything used for construction here, we all import. So. Yep.
And what was your position prior to that promotion?
Just a laborer, so I would break lash. I would do everything.
What's break lash?
That's like everything is chained down with chains and buckles. So you have to go out on the whole ship and undo all of it.
Cool.
So yeah, and all the cars too. We do every single car, and because nobody makes cars here, so we bring about 1,500 cars a week and only ship out 500.
Oh,
So that's why traffic is so bad.
I shipped my car here.
Yeah.
Could you have possibly been working to unload those?
I could have possibly driven your car off the ship.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Right on. Did you always know that that's something that you were interested in, or how did you get into your line of work?
Actually, I always knew it was kind of like it's a more prestigious laboring job. Like, well, everybody tries to get it, but I didn't really think about it until maybe a year before, and then I met some people, and they gave me an opportunity to go ahead and apply and go through the interview process.
Cool. And how long have you been with the company?
I'm going on 7 years now. May will make 7 years. Yep.
Wow, that's impressive. Does it look like something you're going to be doing for a long time, long career?
Yeah, probably for the rest of my life. It's something like crazy stat. I think it's upwards of 90% retention rate once you're in.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's like Hawaiian Airlines.
Yeah, exactly. It's pretty good.
Okay. Do you think that has anything to do with your union? And what's the name of that?
I belong to the ILWU, and I for sure think it's most definitely has a lot to do with our union. Our union is really, really strong, and shoot, they're always there. Any job site, anything that we work, they're always around, and it's a strong union. Hawaii standards and nationwide, worldwide as well. So I'm pretty lucky to be a part of that.
Mm-hmm. Is it a Hawaii union, or are you working together with people on the mainland?
It's an international union.
Okay.
So ILWU is the International Longshore and Warehouse Union, and they take pretty much all longshore and all warehouse workers on docks, or wherever those warehouses are. And it's something that, they're so involved with our job sites, safety, our negotiations and everything like that. And I don't know how it is around the rest of the world, but Hawaii here does a tremendous job. They're really, really for the worker, and everything that they do usually is in the best interest for all of us. And they're super easy accessible. Like I have a bunch of friends that are on the board. A lot of people, if anything happens, everybody's just a phone call away if they're not there on the job site with you, making sure and checking in. We have amazing workers, some that just come in even when they're not working, and they just go ahead and scan, make sure everybody's good, make sure they'll talk to each foreman and say, hey, how's everything going? How's the operation? You need help? How's the safety? How's the company treating you? So they're really, really involved, and it's something that I'm actually pretty proud to be a part of.
So you feel comfortable going to them if you ever have any issues or concerns?
Yeah, absolutely. It's encouraged. I can't think of a reason why I wouldn't go to them. It's everybody's so open, and everybody's so that usually they'll go as far as if something happens and it's not up to code, or it's not until they'll stop the job right then and there until everything is the safety measures are taken. We have everything that we need, because last thing you want is somebody getting injured. Working down there, it's pretty strenuous, and you don't want to go ahead and it's not like a paper cut. If you get injured, you're gonna blow your back, you're gonna really get injured. I seen a guy fall off a ship, 40 feet off the ship right onto the concrete because the safety precaution wasn't taken, and then that's the kind of stuff that can happen when you're there. So they make sure that try to keep that as minimal as possible.
Okay. Do you ever see yourself having any future with involvement as a participating member of the
absolutely.
union?
I'm somewhat young to be in that union. I'm
as far as the board?
Now. Yeah, so as far as the board, they've all been in there upwards of 15 years, all been longshoremen, but they all started just doing a lot of clerk work and stuff like that. But it's definitely something I do want to get involved with. I'm a big fan of what they do and how they handle everything that we need. So that's definitely something I want to go ahead and try and get into.
Would you say it's a big commitment?
Oh, it's a huge commitment. It's like you have your job, which they all come to work and stuff like that unless they're off on doing union duties. But it's something that you're on call. If something happens, you're there. If people have questions, they're there. If there's a grievance needs to be filed with the company, you're there to help. So it's definitely something that I don't think should be taken lightly. I don't think the people in our union take it lightly at all. It's if you're on the board or something like that, it's something that you can be proud of. You're helping everybody, and then it's something that you're just a leader pretty much to all these people.
And from what I know about you is you're pretty good in that leadership role. So I know you're a star on the rugby field, and I really like to take initiative and the reins on stuff. So I'm sure that will work out for you perfectly one day. Okay. So from what I was reading a little bit back in the 1930s, there was a big protest with what was forming and strengthening as your union because of unfair wages compared to the guys that were working on the mainland.
Right.
And since then, they've been doing a pretty good job of protecting those fair wages. Would you say you're happy with that, and you feel like you're being treated fairly compared to those on the mainland and internationally?
I think they do a good job of negotiations. I don't know the ins and outs of everything, but we're pretty solid across the board there. I think if not the same pay, it was very, very close to what they're getting up on the mainland. So it's something that, I wasn't there when they were fighting, tooth and nail to get everything. And I know the negotiations, from what I hear, are still pretty intense, but the leaders that we have, I have no doubt that that's something that they're always looking for, making sure that we get fair wages for what we do. Like I said, it's a dangerous job, so it's something that can't be taken lightly, and I don't think our union goes ahead and fights. I think, still tooth and nail for everything that we get.
That's important. Awesome. Do you feel a sense of camaraderie with, your brothers and sisters in the union?
Absolutely. It's something I think we all do a good job of. Is when we first get in, you have to go to every single union meeting, and that's at least once a month. And that's something that I think everybody everybody knows what's going on. Everybody's up on the current events, and everybody is involved. And that's something that it builds that camaraderie. Everybody's extremely proud to be a part of the ILWU. So I think our board members do a good job of making sure that camaraderie is there with everybody.
That's awesome. I envy that. I'm part of a union myself, and I don't feel like I'm experiencing any of what you do. So you should be very proud of that. And I'm happy to hear that you're getting to experience such an awesome thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you so much again for taking the time to talk to me. And have fun with the rest of your weekend. What are you doing?
Dad's birthday tonight, so I'm going to take him and my mom out to dinner.
Is it a big birthday?
Nah, I think it's like 56 or something.
Okay.
It's nothing serious. So.
Well, cool.
And then I work tomorrow night. Yep, sorry,
awesome.
That's 7 to 5 shift.
7 to 5. Those are overnight?
Yeah, overnight.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, I'll give you credit. Again, thank you so much, and have fun.
Yep.